Well, this might just be that moment, because Apple's next-generation M5 MacBook Pro is reportedly launching this month. And according to multiple industry insiders, it's shaping up to be one of Apple's most strategically timed launches in years. But here's the twist. Apple isn't dropping the Max or Ultra versions yet. Instead, they're taking a bold, unexpected turn that could completely reshape the future of the MacBook lineup leading into 2026 and beyond. So today on Touch Trove, we're diving deep into the M5 MacBook Pro, the leaks, the strategy, the performance upgrades, the AI revolution, and why this might secretly be the smartest move Apple's made in years. Let's begin. Apple's strategic curveball, the M5 without the Max for the first time since the M2 series. Apple is releasing its base-level M5 MacBook Pro without the Pro or Max variants. Sounds strange, right? But it's not a mistake. According to top Apple insider Mark Gurman, this decision is part of a carefully planned strategy. Apple has been struggling with supply, constraints for the M4 lineup, and with M4, MacBook Pro and iPad Pro models already slipping into limited stock. Many online orders now show delayed delivery dates, stretching deep into late October. And that's no coincidence. Apple often times its product launches right after the back-to-school season, perfectly positioned to ride the holiday sales wave that begins every October. If we connect the dots, all signs point to October 21st, 2025, as the week Apple unveils or quietly drops the M5 MacBook Pro. And based on past behavior, don't expect a flashy event. Apple could announce it silently via a press release on Apple Newsroom, just like it did with the M3 MacBook Pro and iMac Refresh back in 2023. The FCC leak that confirmed everything now. Here's where it gets really interesting. A recent FCC filing surfaced online, referencing a mysterious MacBook Pro with the model number A3434. And according to every credible leak and production timeline, that number matches perfectly with the 14-inch M5 MacBook Pro. Why is this important? Because an FCC filing isn't just another rumor. It's one of the final steps before a US product launch. Apple must get FCC approval before selling any electronic device, meaning mass production is either underway or complete. So yes, the M5 MacBook Pro isn't coming soon. It's already ready. Why Apple is holding back the M5 Pro and M5 Max? You might be wondering. Why is Apple skipping the higher-end chips this time? The answer is simple but powerful: architecture redesign. According to supply chain insiders, Apple is rebuilding its Pro and Max silicon from the ground up. The upcoming M5 Pro and M5 Max will reportedly feature a modular CPU and GPU system, allowing Apple to scale performance based on each device's needs. So imagine this. Apple could build a chip that prioritizes GPU power for creators and video editors, or a variant that optimizes CPU efficiency for developers and professionals. But such a redesign takes time, and Apple's not rushing it. While the M5 Pro and Max chips undergo extensive testing and validation, Apple's releasing the base M5 model now to keep momentum strong heading into 2026. It's a chess move, not a delay. Apple's long game, the staggered rollout. This move isn't new. It's Apple's perfected playbook. Remember the M2 lineup? Apple launched the base M2 first, then rolled out the Pro and Max months later. The result? Sales stayed consistent, media coverage stretched across quarters, and Apple dominated tech headlines for almost an entire year. This staggered strategy boosts investor confidence, manages production efficiency, and gives each model its own spotlight. It's not just smart, it's strategic perfection. Wi-Fi 7 or not yet? The connectivity debate. Let's talk about what might not be changing: connectivity. According to the FCC leak, the M5 MacBook Pro still lists Wi-Fi 6 with no explicit mention of Wi-Fi 7. That doesn't necessarily mean Wi-Fi 7 isn't there, but it does hint that Apple may reserve it for the M5 Pro and Max variants in early 2026. Think of it as classic Apple psychology. Keep something exclusive for the higher-tier models to create a natural upgrade path. It's the same strategy that's worked for years across iPhones, iPads, and even AirPods. Performance, the power of M5 SO. What can we expect from the M5 chip? Based on early benchmark leaks from the M5 iPad Pro, GPU performance sees a massive 30-35% jump, while CPU gains land between 10-15% over the M4. But the real game changer is AI acceleration. With Apple Intelligence expanding across macOS Sequoia and iOS 19, this chip is designed for on-device AI processing, from real-time transcription and natural language processing to image generation and summarization. That means faster workflows, better privacy, and minimal reliance on cloud servers. It's the future of computing, AI, powered locally, design familiar. Look, refined heart design-wise, don't expect anything radically new, and that's okay. The M5 MacBook Pro will likely retain the 14-inch mini LED Liquid Retina XDR display, MagSafe 3, and the sleek aluminum body we've come to love. But under the hood, everything's been fine-tuned. Faster speeds, cooler thermals, and smarter AI optimization. This is Apple's way of refining before revolutionizing, the calm before the OLED storm. Why OLED is taking time Apple's upcoming tandem. OLED technology isn't your average panel. It uses a dual-stack layer design that doubles brightness and lifespan, perfect for professionals, but extremely difficult to mass-produce. That's why Apple's saving OLED for the M6 MacBook Pro lineup, expected in late 2026 or early 2027. Once production stabilizes, expect a thinner chassis, better battery efficiency, and a display experience unlike anything on the market. Until then, the M5 keeps things consistent, starting at $119.99, just like its M4 predecessor, possibly with a new mid-tier configuration for added GPU power or storage. Apple's grand timeline, the bigger picture. Here's Apple's next gen. Mac roadmap as it stands, Q4 2025, M5. MacBook Pro launch Q1 2026, M5 Pro and M5. Mac's models late 2026, just early 2027 M6 OLED. MacBook debut. This cadence gives Apple constant momentum, ensuring that every few months, there's something new to keep the ecosystem in the spotlight. It's not randomness. It's precision marketing backed by supply chain mastery. Should you buy the M5 MacBook Pro? Here's the big question. Should you upgrade? If you're using an Intel MacBook or even an M1 model, the M5 is a huge leap forward. You'll see massive improvements in performance, battery life, and AI features that make your daily workflow smoother than ever. But if you're rocking an M2 or M3 MacBook Pro, it might be worth waiting for the M6 OLED version next year, unless you need that GPU boost or early access to Apple Intelligence. Final thoughts. The calm before the OLED storm, the M5. MacBook Pro might not look revolutionary, but it's one of the most important steps in Apple's Mac evolution. It bridges the gap between two generations, refining what works today while preparing for the next leap in design, performance, and AI-driven experiences. This is more than just another refresh. It's Apple's silent setup for the OLED era. And when that storm hits in 2026, it's going to change everything. So whether you're upgrading now or waiting for what's next, one thing's clear, the future of MacBooks is already in motion, and it begins with the M5.